Why do people stay in bad relationships? People stay in bad relationships because their brains are wired to avoid pain. Our minds have a strong fear of rejection, making us cling to toxic partners despite the suffering it causes. First, let's explore why our brain's fear of rejection is so powerful. When we're in a relationship, our bodies release oxytocin and vasopressin, neurochemicals that create feelings of attachment and closeness. But if someone breaks up with us or distances themselves emotionally, these chemicals plummet, causing intense emotional pain and anxiety. Our brain interprets this as a threat to survival. For example, imagine Sarah, who was in a relationship for years, but suddenly found out her partner had been unfaithful. Even though she knew the relationship was toxic, her fear of being alone triggered such intense stress that she convinced herself things would get better. Second, our attachment style significantly influences how we behave in relationships. Securely attached individuals tend to break up sooner when something is wrong because they're more confident in their ability to form new connections. However, those with anxious or avoidant attachments often stay longer, trapped by their need for reassurance or unwillingness to face loneliness. Take Mark, who has an anxious attachment style. He constantly checks his partner's messages and texts, even when she's busy at work. This constant anxiety prevents him from seeing the red flags in the relationship. Third, validation addiction keeps people stuck in bad relationships. Insecure partners crave constant approval and can't handle criticism or distance. They become emotionally dependent on their significant other to feel good about themselves. For instance, consider Emily, who has a codependent attachment style. She's afraid of being seen as incompetent or unwanted, so she relies heavily on her partner for validation. When he starts ignoring her or criticizing her in front of others, she feels like she can't survive without him. Fourth, social pressure plays a big role in keeping people in toxic relationships. Society often expects us to stay together out of commitment or to avoid causing a scene. Many feel embarrassed breaking up publicly, leading them to endure silently instead. Take John, who's in his third relationship and has been with Sarah for over 2 years. He feels ashamed because he knows their relationship is not healthy. Yet, every time they argue, he thinks about how others will judge him if he ends it. Finally, our brain can be deceptive when it comes to self-preservation instincts. Self-preservation mechanisms often lead someone to deny red flags and stay in a harmful relationship longer than they should. Our mind tricks us into believing things will get better, even when the opposite is true. Consider Lisa, who has been dating Tom for several months despite multiple instances of emotional abuse. She keeps telling herself that he's going to change or that it's just a phase. Her brain is convinced she can fix him, ignoring all the evidence to the contrary. In summary, people's reluctance to leave bad relationships stems from deep-seated fears, psychological addictions, societal expectations, and our brain's desire for self-preservation. Understanding these underlying motivations can help you recognize warning signs in your own life and make healthier choices. By acknowledging that staying in a toxic relationship is not about loving someone but about avoiding pain, we can take steps towards forming truly healthy connections.